Honorable Deputy Opposition Leader.
Salamat bagi lo o brother Bloimi, the sisters, lo closest neighbor Bloimi, Indonesia, who's at stop on time Yumi. Salamat bagi. The all friends Bloimi, lo Palau, Pla Johnny Mipla. Thank you. Now, importantly, the young people who have come from Koroboro to be with us, it is important for you to know your house. Thank you. Question Blomi without notice by Golo, Minister for Finance and Planning. Honorable Paita, Rainbo Paita. Question Blomi Osem, the government's budget, accounting, the reporting system, or the integrated financial management system, PIGAS. Mr. Speaker, the integrated financial management system, or IFMS, is the new financial management system that has replaced the old PIGAS system, as we all know, or the provincial government accounting system. Mr. Speaker, very recently, about 2 months ago, DIRD, Department of DIRD, law newspaper, all putting us in plenty more leaders, you mean a quick law funds blame me. This law report I'm talking more than 80%. Now this is a big worry, law you mean all leaders sit down inside law this law house. The main objective of installation of the new system, or the IFMS system, was to improve on the following functions, Mr. Speaker. To improve the budgeting, accounting, and reporting weaknesses identified in PIGAS, in the PIGAS system, computerize the charter of accounts to assist proper budgeting and allocation of funds, improve budget controls and increase budget transparency and accountability. Number 4, support timely fund cash management. Now, 5, computerized business process to minimize misappropriation of public funds. Now, number 6, automation of financial reporting system to enable easy access to financial records for management and acquittal reporting. Mr. Speaker, the IFMS system installed in the districts has not improved, and the functionalities I have pointed out earlier. Instead, we have encountered more challenges, and these are, Mr. Speaker, IFMS system does not have proper designed charter of accounts inbuilt in the system. It has only one line vote item, and inbuilt in the IFMS system for the purpose of budget. This does not allow districts to budget and allocate funds by sectors itemized in the program and activities. Mr. Speaker, IFMS has significant weaknesses in the system, which allows financial officers and IFMS operators to collaborate, manipulate, and misappropriate funds. The printing of reports in IFMS is centralized by Waigani, making it difficult to get financial reports required by district administration for the purpose of financial management and timely reports. Mr. Speaker, when the IFMS breaks down, districts have to wait for Waigani to come to fix it. Many times it takes weeks and months, affecting the implementation of budgets and service delivery. IFMS are installed in the districts where there is no reliable power to operate these systems. IFMS are installed in districts where there is no reliable communication systems to support this system. Mr. Speaker, my questions are as follows. Thank you. Can the government do an overall audit into the IFMS system and improve the weakness and gaps in the system before they are installed for use by all levels of government? Question number 2, Mr. Speaker. Can the government, in the meantime, bring back PIGAS or an alternative system to operate in the district to serve the financial management needs of the districts and the provinces? Number 3, how can members of Parliament produce acquittal reports on time when the financial information and reports to be printed are centralized here at Waigani? And finally, Mr. Speaker, what are the criteria used to qualify a district to be ready for installation of the IFMS system? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister for Finance.
Thank you, Assistant Speaker. I take note of the statements and at the same time issues raised by a good leader and the Deputy Opposition Leader in regards to the IFMS system. We take note of these issues is raising in terms of the reliability of the system we've used over the years, particularly the IFMS system. And also, I think if I add clearly the 4 questions through you, Assistant Speaker. One, I think I've had questions on the floor, Mr. Assistant Speaker, regarding IFMS, and I've mentioned in a couple of those responses that IFMS is a system that we've inherited, we've created and taken on board as a government. And I've placed on record that just like any other system, financial system in the world, no system is completely perfect. When you take on board a system such as the IFMS, any other system for that matter, there'll be 2 issues. There'll be issues to do with the reliability of the system and so forth. So in this case of IFMS, Mr. Assistant Speaker, one, the issues of audit. Probably for a fact, I should place on record that in terms of accessing records, especially financial records, it's not actually compulsory for officers from district level or provincial level to come up to Waigani to access those information. They could access at their district level. So that I wanted to make clear that it's not us Waigani controlling how we actually give out those information. Any financial officer at the district level or the provincial level could access those information in terms of reporting and audit. In relation to statement of saying 80% or 70% of us districts did not comply to some of the reports from DRD. One, we have 2 sources of funding. One is the SIP programs, DSIP, and the non-discretion and the discretion. So I will confirm which report is that, because some members on this floor have actually not collected their DRD, the non-component, non-discretion and discretion components. So it could be that or a mixture of non-discretion, discretion fund with DSIP. So that's in relation to the statement which was made about reports not being sent. In response to the 4 questions through you, Mr. Acting Speaker, overall audit, yes. When we faced the malware attack last year, that has probably opened up us at Finance Department to be able to see some of the system failures we had with IFMS. As I said, not completely the perfect system we'd want to use, but it was the best at the time we had to use given reporting and some of the good features of the system. So given that malware attack, which the report will be tabled next week on the floor of Parliament, that attack has now taken, given us the department to be able to see how we can audit the process of getting an improved version of the IFMS, Mr. Acting Speaker. Alternate systems, we've been migrating back and forth given issues like, for example, Assistant Speaker, when we had the COVID-19, IFMS was able to facilitate the drawdown of trust facilities where district and provinces were able to quickly draw down on funding for COVID measures. 3 acquittal reports. I think, Assistant Speaker, stop members yet as to how we want to quickly report on those. There is no red tape yet, Waigani, yet where we see that finance to be able to create a cumbersome process where districts and provinces cannot report. It's up to the district finance managers, district treasurers to do that. And I was asked one question this morning at Government Caucus and by our good Governor for Oro as to the transfer of powers, delegation of powers from finance to province and districts. So through you, Assistant Speaker, in the MTDB4, the government is looking at transferring those powers now. So provincial governments and districts can be able to better manage their district treasuries and the district provincial treasuries as well. I must also mention that through you, Acting Speaker, some of the time you may remember you may got own issue of districts, so sometimes when we come in, the district treasurer we want, sometimes we ask for change, so those personal problems too is stop creating impediment. So in the new review we are looking, we will outsource completely some of these functions such as reporting and auditing. Through you, Mr. Speaker, I think a good question it comes, so I take this opportunity to make known to the House, and I think I've said this in Government Caucus, and probably as a matter of information for people as well, that going forward from next year, government will now completely outsource monitoring and evaluation now and reports, which means that time people are giving money from Waigani, it's up to you to create value for money. If you don't, it's no longer DRD or National Planning or Finance coming to inspect projects. It will be an independent, reputable international company coming to check reports. So if you deliver, audit firms. So if you deliver, they'll do an independent report and send to agencies that will assess the reports and give funding. If you don't deliver, it's up to you at the district level, provincial level, and subnational level. So there is one major shift we are doing as government. Given the reporting sometimes does not come, we give those functions, outsource those functions, through you, Mr. Speaker. So those few failures in the system. Last point, Mr. Acting Speaker, places like Finchafen, sometimes no network coverage, no power. We have diesel stations, so you can understand and appreciate the country we live in sometimes doesn't allow us to get that system up and running. So accessibility below, power to get to those places, one, telecommunication time, cloud cover, or when there's no fuel going to those places, the system breaks down. So these are things that I think at the district level, members asked to fund their own infrastructure, few infrastructure like Genset, VSET, all these things that can help us at the finance level to be able to provide a cleaner, neater system for us to use, such as the IFMS. So I hope that district members and governors can work with us, let me improve him. And I give my assurance, Mr. Speaker, that we will see what needs to be done, taking into some account some of these changes where we need to see at the district level. Thank you.